Hey, what's up guys? Back at it again today to do an audit in Oklahoma City. One of my favorite cities in all of America, huge hail market, big city, big population, makes it a great place to do roofing. And we're gonna look at one of the guys that's not showing up as well as they could be, First Construction Roofing. And I'm gonna be doing an audit to see what they could do better, a few steps they could take to go from not getting much results, not much people, not much phone calls, to be in a position they're getting a lot of calls. And as always, towards the end, I'm gonna try to condense it down to a few actions they can take that have the biggest benefit. Let's get into it. So first of all, when we search for roofing Oklahoma City, it has a lot of people that search for this term. You can see at the top is Google guaranteed. Then comes the maps, which is where almost half the people, homeowners that look for this kind of search term, is gonna pick a contractor from. The guys at the top we see is OKC Roofing, Next Generation, JSOC, and in the first one or two positions, we see guys like Salazar, Elliott Roofing. To pull some of these competitors, first we're gonna use SEMrush, right? So if I go and take a look, OKC roofers are currently getting 1,000 to 1,500 people per month. You know, pretty impressive in that way. Although I'm not sure if it's a real company, because sometimes when I see something exact match nowadays, it's a little bit questionable. JSOC Roofing, they're the other one. For being in the top three, they're not getting a lot of traffic, which lets me to conclude that probably not really in the top three. I think if I had to guess, they recently maybe got up here, or they're like fluctuating been down here. Maybe they're not going to be up here for long. You know, it's one of the algorithm changes they do. A lot of times, some companies show up. But if you're in the top three, actually for several terms, sort of big cities like this, you're going to be getting a lot of traffic. And if that's not happening, that could be the case. The other case it could be is that they recently just got up here, like somehow maybe the last couple of days, and SEMrush is not updated, because SEMrush does use a slightly delayed version where they do estimated traffic, right? Not exact like analytics or something. Elliott Roofing, on the other hand, gets 2,000 people per month. So it looks like they're the big boy in the city, right? You know, as we like to call it in this channel, they're big boy is the guy who you can model after. They have the model campaign going on where they're crushing it. So they're right here. And let's take a look at some of their websites to see what they have going on. I'll start with Elliott. All right, so nice layout at the very top. Logo does it a lot of justice. They're showing out that they're Google guarantee, which lets me know it's becoming more of a badge of honor nowadays, more than just like something to get leads from. And in some markets, we've actually seen homeowners that mention something like, oh yeah, this company is not Google guaranteed. It's like, okay, that's interesting, because normally people wouldn't say like, oh, these guys are not running Google ads. Nobody would say that. But Google guaranteed, the way it's branded and called, it has this other effect where people think it's like, if you're not verified under Google guarantee, it means you might not be a actual legit contractor. Very interesting. These are some of the things you can't really guess when a new platform comes out. It starts to happen and you see how the crowd, the audience actually interacts with it. Anyway, so that's cool. They got 2 offices. All right, so that lets me know at least they're a decent sized company. Let's see, viewpoint of video.
Solar is the future. It is important and will soon be essential to...
Not gonna watch things. I just try to see how polished it is. It looks pretty polished. So I'm already getting big company vibes here. Polished video, pretty clean looking site, not much mistakes that I'm finding.
A lot of great things were established 40 years ago.
So they have a whole thing about why choose us, which is really important in the sense that a lot of people, if they were to scroll, they usually are just looking for a reason of why this company, and you want to give them that reason. I would just probably delete this first part of the video, because it's just like attention spans are so short. If you can just get right into like, hey, number one reason, whatever, maybe like that. I love these kind of pictures, like really nice team pictures that always sets any company apart, right? Like most people don't take the effort to do this nowadays. And if you do as a company, it like instantly sets you apart. Like, in a world of thousands of websites where they're just using like stock photos, then we're actually showing like ourselves. And then not to mention, it's actually pretty polished. Doesn't have to be, but if it is, it just gives big company vibes. I actually just haven't seen a small company that took the time to really get a good shots with their team and work, and then just like really posing for it and taking that money shot while wearing the t-shirts and everything. I just haven't seen a tiny company do that before, so I think homeowners probably get that feel as well. So I like that thing. All of these guys kind of look like they all work out. That's cool, I guess. Last but not least, they have a few things with thermal video. So they're really into video, which is cool. That's good. A lot of people take the time to watch videos nowadays, where normally they wouldn't take a lot of time to watch too much, or like spend too much time on the website itself. They'll just come and either call or not call. Whereas if you have like polished videos, they will actually take the time to really check you out. So those are some things that are going along very well for them, and I'm not surprised that they're getting so much traffic. Not in the sense that if you just throw up a few videos and polish photos, you'll get a lot of traffic. It's just that the type of company that happens to take the time to do those things on average are able to also be competent in other parts of business. Hence, I'm not surprised that they are one of the big dogs in the space. Moving on to our spotlight company, First Construction. They're right now showing up within the first top 20 companies in Oklahoma City, but they're just not up in one of the top 3 yet. So this is where it comes down to what are the things they could do. So First Construction, you can see their traffic just recently started to pick up a little bit. They got a few people that came to the site. Looks like they might be doing some stuff on it recently, or maybe there's some kind of storm or something that got some traffic coming in. I can see some of the keywords that they're going for. Contractor Oklahoma City, which is their main term here. Not the most ideal, right? Still better than anything that is wrong, like not, let's say, going for like ceiling repair or some like small job like that. But we would like to be a roofing term that is the top, some branded terms, and then most of the other stuff is not anywhere near showing up. So looks like they're like early to the game and just starting to get some visibility here. That would be my guess in terms of their stage where they're at as a company. In terms of their website, this photo looks pretty blurry. These photos are just like, the resolution doesn't look that great. So these could be a little bit better, just a bit more polished. And then when we go down, yeah, I mean, again, the pictures itself, it just looks less quality. Homeowners, if they come and see this, they'll just feel like the quick decision in their mind would be like, why is this like low quality? It doesn't feel as like polished, and might not even feel like a real company. That would be some of the things I would say. The text itself could be a little bit more like coming out, like it's just hard to read, right? Like the user experience so far is like not really that great. It could be lifted up to a degree, right? Like this could be a little bit bigger, font and background could be a little bit popping. They need to play around with like the fonts and stuff like that to make it just like, so pictures, font, these are some of the aesthetics. If you want to take it to another level, usually you want to go and beat. If you're not the company that's getting that kind of high-end results like the top dog in the area, you want to beat them at their own game. So what I would say is make some polished videos, what that would take, or before the polished videos, at least take the time to take some pictures of your team members, right? Having a team page. So let's take a look. I didn't see that at first. All right, so this picture, as you can see, it's just set up in a weird way. It's just like, I don't know why it's like this. It's like their neck is cut off and stuff like that. It's just like kind of, they're almost underwater or whatever it may be. This part looks nice. I think meet the team, each person. This is the owner and stuff like that. This part I think it looks pretty polished. It's good what we do. So I would just probably fix this part. Other than the team part is good, and maybe take one of the sections from there and then put it somewhere in the bottom. Like maybe instead of this like cookie cutter picture that's probably I've seen it before, we can just have that team shot here. It'd probably look a lot better. All right, enough of aesthetics. As you know, we're not a channel about aesthetics. I just make some quick comments on what I see, but really what it comes down to is their optimization behind the scenes. All right, title, roofing contractor, Oklahoma, okay. Cool, looks good. I'll probably just add the word or the letter C there. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of people search in Oklahoma City by OKC, right? Quick way you can always find that out is just going to the keyword planner, roofing, let's see, Oklahoma City, okay. I think OKC is roofing companies OKC, roofing okay. Roof repair OKC. So whenever you put that in the title, then it would optimize us for the both terms, okay and OKC, right? That's how like an SEO, that's how that works. And then H1, roofing construction company, not a fan of that. I would put just exactly the title. Again, title is good, that's optimized. roofing contractor Oklahoma, and then their H1 can be the same thing. We've tested this before. There's no penalty, whatever, anything like that. Like it's the same stuff with the exact, like a good title, solid for title and H1, you'll just get double the points in SEO terms. H2 and stuff like that, H3s look fine. What we specialize in, a lot of like terms with their different types of roofing. I think this is good. This looks pretty good. I mean, there's definitely some SEO done to the site, some attempts going on, but it just needs to be a little bit more polished, both on aesthetics as well as on the optimization. They don't have a blog page. So we're turning around on this. I'm becoming a fan of blogs once again. For a while here since ChatGPT came out, I was just like, all right, there's no way like you can churn out hundreds of articles, it's gonna work. Now we are seeing a good traction on it as long as it is real data. So as much as possible, the content should be about like, here's the types of roofing we do and here's what we charge based on real like data in the market in Oklahoma and nearby areas. What's the cost of like materials? If we do like steep roofing, what's the price we charge and why do we charge so much? It should be all tailored towards actual real data points, because AI is content based on generic information from the past. They don't actually have real-time data about the market right now, right? It's a little bit of a laggard. So Google can tell this, and that's what Google is looking for. They're looking for real data that they can mark off other areas, other data points that they have, that they know that this company is actually telling the truth, or they're writing content, producing content that's actually unique and not just AI generated. So that's what we would really recommend, is adding a blog section and taking that approach and doing at least like 1 or 2 blogs a month, like not a lot, like not like ChatGPT, hundreds of articles a day or something like that. Just quality over quantity. Couple blogs a month that's structured properly, optimized properly, linked properly would add a lot of benefit. All right, so with that being said, let's go into a little bit of the technicalities. So let's say OKC roofers in Ahrefs, we like to look at domain authority and power. Elliott Roofs has a 31, very strong for a local business, right? Not many roofers have 31. We see even getting up to a 20 nowadays in most markets can be sufficient as long as you did it with quality, right? Not talking about spamming links all the way or something like that, but just like niche relevant links coming from actually things that are related to construction and roofing would be ideal. The real sites, people go out and read and get traffic and get like, it's like an authoritative site out there, business out there. So to take a peek at what that could look like, I opened up Elliott Roof's backlink profile. You can see they're on today's homeowner, right? About homes, that's good. Roofingcontractor.com, very famous site in the roofing industry. So they got up there, so they know what they're doing. They actually attempting to actually get published in proper sites out there. DNB, I don't know what that is. Domain T code is probably just like something with like normal stuff, so I'll ignore this stuff. Verify your roofer sounds like a another newest greatest directory out there, right? Home Advisor 32nd, probably like 302nd by now, but whatever it is, not bad. As long as it's not a normal directory that anybody can go and just get a free profile, I think it's good. If it's like a contextual link from like a content, that's even better, that you have to actually make a relationship, maybe talk to them or email them to get them the link. Those are the ones that we really want to go for, right? Things that meets relationship that every other roofer does not have. That's what really provides that extra, right? Like Yellow Pages, every roofer under the sun can get Yellow Pages. It's not valuable. But if this is something that's like, only roofers and you have to go through some kind of vetting process to get there, Google would know that and it'll be valuable. OKC Talk, that's localized, really good. Anything we can get that's like actually in Oklahoma. I would actually, as First Construction Roofing, some of the ones I just mentioned here, from Handy Roofing, OKC Talk, Verify Your Roofer, roofingcontractor.com, Today's Homework, I would just go get those. Like first and foremost, without even complicating stuff, just get the top 10, match them. These companies, easiest way is to reach out to these places and just be like, hey guys, I see that you guys are, mentioning Elliott Roofs. We're also a great roofer in Oklahoma City. What's your process of getting published on your site? Is it a fee? Is it a whatever it is? And as long as it's decent, not like something outrageous, I would say match that. It will add to our overall authority for sure. First Construction right now is a DR of a 5, so they're relatively weak compared to somebody like Elliott, Roofing. But again, their link profile is also relatively new, right? It's not been too long. Elliott Roof's probably been working on this for years, I would guess. Like, from the profile I'm seeing that they have some while and some history behind this. Whereas this thing, you can tell even by the, the way the graphs are, it's not a lot of time. So we're pretty much zero before, and looks like the year it started to, make a difference here. So relatively new. But as long as we go about it in the proper way, let me take a look at their backlinks, first construction, a lot of their own internal sites as being, I don't see anything that's like very relevant, niche relevant sites out there. So that's really what I would consider if I were them. Last but not least, my favorite leverage thing is reviews. So let's see, these guys have 108 reviews. And let's see, most of their reviews, I like to look like newest, a day ago, oh, they're like actively working on it. That's good. So like, you know, all the things are pointing that this company is up and coming and doing some stuff, making some attempts on optimization, getting some stuff done. Long way to go. More platforms that are actually relevant to the roofing industry, getting backlinks from there. Really don't stopping the review game until we can match some of these top guys. You'd shoot for like at least the average. So add it all up, 211 plus 109 plus 141, add it all out, divided by 3. I think it's probably like 150. That would be our goal. We're not that far from it. We're like 110 right now already. Another 30-40 reviews would be right around the average. If we can beat 211, that would be the ultimate, because then you can actually say you're the highest reputable company once you get in the top 3. But that's it. I would make these changes with the backlinks, getting more reviews, fixing the low quality pages on the website, and optimizing the header tags a little bit more tightly. Just from these 3-4 actions, I would bet that we'd be able to crack at least in the top 10 from the top 20 in a relatively short amount of time.